Hi everyone, welcome. The new episode of Peter's English Podcast has been started. I'm your host Peter, and this is my Peter Sunday Ramble episode or Ramble talk show. I want to ramble for 1 hour without any kind of preparation because you can see the whole screen right now. Because this is my live stream on YouTube as usual, and thanks for my usual calendar. I I have my Peter Sunday Ramble every Sunday at 6 p.m. and we can start with the slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Okay, Peter. Okay, people. we want to, not we, I want to practice my speaking skills in English for 1 hour without any kind of preparation because it's Peter's Sunday Ramble and I want to ramble for 1 hour without any kind of preparation. Let's start because thanks for my Peter's Ramble talk show, I can practice my speaking skills in English, and because my Peter's English podcast it's about practicing my speaking skills in English, and we can start. Okay, people, let's start with the statistics of Spotify for creators because I have to tell you a big news about the total streams or downloads of Spotify of creators. That means the total streams or downloads of every podcast app except YouTube. In this moment, I have 2036 total streams or downloads in every podcast app except YouTube. Yay! Thank you guys. I'm so happy about this. And the good news, it's my favorite phrase from Futurama. You know Futurama. Futurama is an animated sitcom, and as the professor said in Futurama, good news everyone. And yes, this is true because it's good news everyone that I have 2046 total streams or downloads in everywhere except YouTube. Yay! But Peter, you could check the statistics of countries and so on, but I think everything is the same. That means I think that the biggest countries are the USA and Japan. Yay! Thank you guys. Okay, and the third place is Slovakia as usual, and on Spotify the biggest country is Slovakia. Yay! And most people on Spotify are women in my age. Yay! Perfect. Thank you girls for watching me. Maybe you like me. I mean my content, of course. And let's start with, yes, I can. Peter and people, I have to introduce you season 3 of my novel Vera the Vampire Girl. Yay! Yes, people, I decided to start the new era of my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Why? I decided that Vera and her boyfriend Peter stories have to be more realistic, and I decided that Vera and Peter that wait, Peter, try to calm down and look into your webcam. Okay, I decided that season 3 of my novel Vera the Vampire Diary is about Vera and Peter's adventure in the real English-speaking country, because Vera decided, okay, I want to start then that I decided to Tu. How can I tell you in English? Okay, Peter, don't stop. Simply tell you what you want. Okay, people, it's right. It's warm now. It's warm. Peter, calm down. Calm down. Any ambulance. You don't need any ambulance. People, I decided. I was thinking. Yes, I can start that. I was thinking that season 1 and season 2 of my novel, Without Vampire Diary, is about Vera and Peter's adventures in English, and they don't, and Vera and Peter and her family and Vera's family don't integrate with their background, with their place where they are living. I didn't care about their work. I didn't care about their earnings and so on. And I decided that Vera and Peter has to live their lives in English, because the main goal of season 3 is the life in English. Yes, people, Vera and Peter moved to England because Vera is bankrupt. She is not rich anymore, and her family and the executor and Vera had a lot of debts, and executor came to executor comes to earn her all money on her bank account, on her and her properties. Yes, and her own family, Vera's own family was very angry, and Vera decided that she has an idea. She moved with Peter to England, to London, because she wants to discover the big world. She wants to live in English. Yes, she wants to start her new life in English. And this is the main topic of season 3. It's called Vera's and Peter's life in English, because they moved to England and they want to interact with her new country in English, and this is about her interaction with every kind of situation in London, in the UK, and Vera and with Peter has to work in English. They have to entertain in English. They have to go to the shop or to the simply they want to go everywhere. And I want to do chapters about Vera's and Peter's life in English, in the UK, in London. I want to create very realistic, alive story where Vera and her background is active, is realistic. It's like watching a funny and good movie, and yes, and I want to create simply and I want to create more realistic chapters, and I decided to start completely new era of my novel, Without Vampire Diary. It's called Season 3, The Dark Organization. Yes, this is the second topic of Season 3, second news, because I was thinking that Vera was the queen and the goddess of her dark realm. It was a feudal kingdom, and Vera was the queen, like in the Middle Ages. And she was the feudal queen, and it was too old. Yes, I like history, but this kind of organization of the dark. And I was thinking, is her dark realm a kingdom, a country, or something like that? No, it isn't. Because Vera lives in modern Slovakia. Her vampires and werewolves live in modern Slovakia in other countries. They don't have her own country. They don't have their own kingdom, and they don't want to have their own kingdom. It's not a state. Vera is not a ruler or the queen. She is the... What is... I was thinking, what is Vera in my novel, The Vampire Diary? And I was thinking, and I used the help of Microsoft Copilot, and I was talking with it about it, what to do with her dark realm. And I got an idea. I decided that her dark realm has to be called the Dark Organization. Yes, people, I decided that her kingdom, the Dark Realm, is called the Dark Organization, because Vera wanted and I wanted to modernize her Dark Realm, and it's now called the Dark Organization. The Dark Organization is an organization of supernatural beings that wants to teach them English, teach them how to live in the modern human countries in peace and prosperity. It wants to unite them. It wants to unite them in general, because it used to be wars between vampires and werewolves in my novel We Are the Vampire Diary, and Vera and Vera is the queen. I mean, she's the CEO manager. She is the leader, or the owner, or the spiritual leader and goddess of her dark organization. And I was thinking, what is Vera? Is she a queen? Is she a dictator? Or what is it? What is she? No, it's. And I decided that I live in modern democratic country, and I wanted to add it to my novel, because I didn't want to use the feudal system of her dark realm, and I decided that her dark organization is non government organization. Is not a country, is not a kingdom. It's the organization that cares about supernatural beings in general. And Vera decided that she wants to create the council. It's a democratic voted council where every vampire or werewolf can be the member of it. If there are voted into it, and the council works with Vera, and the main task of the council is taking care about the dark organization, and Vera wants to open the branches of the dark organization in every country of the in the world, and she is the main face, the main leader, and the main and the CEO manager, and she wants to cooperate with the governments of the human countries. I mean, in my story, yes, because I wanted to do more realistic, and because the former situation was terrible, and this is the biggest news of my novel. And don't worry, from the start of the season 3, the chapters, the content will be more realistic. It'll be about real life in English, because I want to learn, thanks to my novel We Are the Vampire Diary, the real everyday situations in English, in the real English speaking country. And I want to create the parody of the life in English in the English speaking country, because it's a sitcom. I want to continue with the wild and crazy sitcom, the wild dialogues as usual, because my novel We Are the Vampire Diary is a sitcom full of fun, wild and crazy situations, and I want to keep it and continue with it. Okay. Yes, people. Now I want to tell you that I created 60 episodes because yesterday I wrote and today I streamed and recorded chapter 1. It's called The Dark Organization, and chapter 2 of season 3 of my novel Virat Vampire Diary. It's called One Way Ticket to London. Yes, people, the first chapter has 1,800 words in English, and the second one has more than 900 words in English. And I decided that every chapter doesn't need to be long, and I don't need to do 30 chapters for one season. And it can be less. It can be 10 chapters or 15. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is that the main goal of season 3 is to create this is to create stories and adventures of era full of fun. It has to be the parody of the real life in English in the UK. Yes, it's only my imagination. I don't want to be offensive against someone. I simply want to create the parody of Vera's and Peter's life in English in the UK, in the London, and I want to create the stories that are about Vera's and Peter work because they have to work because they don't have any money. They are poor. They have to work in English. They have to live in English. They want to have entertainment in English and so on. And okay, I think that I told you everything about every main goal, about everything about season 3, and I want to continue with it. And I decided that after this live stream, I want to publish chapter 1, the recordings of chapter 1 or chapter 2, and I want to create season 3 Wattpad book on Wattpad, and I want to create the page of my and I want to create the new page of my website petersenglishpodcast.com. It's the fan page of for season 3. I'm sorry, people, for season 3, and I want to publish it because today I was streaming and recording, and because I was streaming and recording chapter 1 and chapter 2, I made 2 live streams, and I want to publish them today because I decided that I want to launch the season 3 of my novel today. I don't want to wait until my next published date, that is on Friday 3rd of April 2026. It's on Great Friday in English, is it? Great Friday, I think. I'm not sure how it's called in English. I call this simply Great Friday or Big Friday. I don't know, because it would be a lot of work. Imagine that I want to publish 9 recordings, plus I want to create Wattpad ebook for season 3, and I want to create a page of the fan page for season 3. It would cost a lot of time, the whole day, and I don't want to do it during Easter, because yes, Easter are next. No, wait a minute. The next Sunday it's the Flower Sunday, and then they are Easter. Yes, and I don't want to do it in one time, and I want to start season 3 today after this live stream. Okay, I think that I told you all about this, and this live stream is not about only my novel, because it's Peter's Sunday Ramble episode, And okay, I told you about this big change, and I want to continue with the new topic. And what else? Uh, what else? Yes, people, I want to tell you about that I've listened to. Yes, I can tell you what can. Wait a minute. I'm thinking now. What can I talk? Peter, simply continue. Simply talk and talk and talk. Okay, people. What else? Yes, yes, of course. On Friday, I had my the published day of Peter's English podcast. I published 8 recordings that are now 8 episodes, 8 new episodes of my Peter's English podcast. But I didn't make any marketing on my Facebook fan page and my Instagram fan page, but I want to do it later. And now it's my live stream. Okay, the Peter's Sunday Ramble show or talk show or what is it? I don't know. Okay, what else? I told you about Friday. Yes, I want to continue. I want to continue with this topic from the kitchen of Peter's English podcast. And I don't. The most funny situation that on YouTube, I have now more than 900 videos. Oof, I can have 1000 videos on YouTube. That's amazing. My YouTube channel is big, but I don't have a lot of followers or views. I have on YouTube I have 30 followers, but I have my total statistics for YouTube Reels are I have 6,400 total streams or downloads of my YouTube Reels, and I have 3,400 total streams of my long videos. My long videos are about audio and video podcast. And okay, what else? Yes, people, this year, I mean 24th of June 2026 is the Peter's English podcast is celebrating the 2nd year, and that's great. And yes, I can tell you about my day. I mean about my learning English routine. Because I like learning English, as you know. I can tell you something about myself now, because I'm Peter. I'm 35 years old. I live in East Slovakia. I like learning English. Learning English means, this phrase means that I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. I like to make my podcast, my Peter's English podcast, and my novel, The Vampire Girl Diary. It's my hobby, it's my lifestyle, and if you want to connect with me, you have to like learning English like me. That means you have to like listening to you have to like watching movies and series in English. You have to like listening to your favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. You have to be creator like me. That means you have to do your own English podcast, and you have to do your own English novel for learning English. I don't mean the real authors who are doing real books in English. Yes, of course, if you I mean the creators of English podcasts and novels in English that are created for learning English, because this is the main goal of Peter's English podcast. The main goal of Peter's English podcast is learning English. Yes, it's my playground and my platform for practicing my speaking skills in English, and I want to connect with similar people like me who likes learning English. Thanks for doing or making my your own English podcast and your own novel in English. Because I don't want to waste my time with someone who doesn't understand me, who doesn't care about me, who complains about my who complains about my lifestyle that is learning English, and I don't want to sit with this kind of people who are talking about nonsense, who are bored and with their lives and so on. No, thank you. If you are a learner of English and if you have your own English podcast and novel for learning English, welcome. And yes, people, you can follow me, you can support me with positive comments. And yes, I want to keep my podcast free because I don't want to create any kind of business. And with this kind, and as you know, with the ads, you cannot be very successful. And I don't have any big numbers for it. And I don't want to simply do it because I don't want to have problems with the business in Slovakia. And this is the main reason why I want to keep my podcast free and my novel free forever. Yes. And right now I can tell you my learning English routine. What I do. The best how to learn English. I start my day with watching the animated sitcom. It's called Futurama. It's very funny. Animated sitcom that you can watch if you want, but you have to pay for broadcast service. It's very funny. Then I listen to my favorite English podcasts that are always English podcast, Looks English podcast, and Speak English podcast now with Georgiana. I listen to one episode per day of Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, Always English podcast, and Looks English podcast. I listen to 818 episodes of Always English podcast. I listen to all episodes of Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, and I listen to 962 free episodes of Looks English podcast. Yay, perfect. And thanks to listening my favorite English podcast, I really improved my listening skills and I really improved my English, and you can see now the result. I can speak in English without problems now. Yes, of course, there are a lot of topics, a lot of English vocabulary that I don't know, but who cares? I can learn during my way. The most important thing is don't wait until you can speak English. You simply have to start practicing your speaking skills in English. You can improve your appearance. You can improve your English. Without speaking English, you cannot speak English. And you have to start with listening, people. Without listening, you cannot understand English. How to do it? You can simply relax in your free time, like me. I like simply watch my favorite English podcasts during my after work, during my free time. But if you have to do something, no problem. I like to work in the garden, or I like to do something at home while I'm listening my favorite English podcast. You can use your phone with your headphones, and you can use every good podcast app. And the podcast app can remember your position of your episode. You can download it and you can listen to it later. Or if you want to watch it, you can see YouTube can remember your position of your episode. Yes, it can. We found problems now. Watch or listen to your favorite English podcast when you have time. You don't need to listen the whole episode. And you can listen whenever you want. Yes, of course. And how to do it? Simply, when you cook something, when you wash dishes, when you do ironing, when you work in the garden. Uh, listen to your favorite English podcast while are you doing something at home. Great relax. I really recommend to do it. I do it I've been listening my favorite English podcast since August 2023, and the best thing was that I can tell you my story, because this is the best thing. I want to inspire you for learning English, because learning English is an universal language of the world, of our civilization, and thanks to you can open a lot of doors. Imagine this situation when you speak English. The first topic is input. You can enjoy a big world of English podcasts, because there are a lot of English podcasts for every kind of kind of topic. You can use my favorite English podcast for learners of English because they are funny. You can watch movies or series in English. You can listen to a lot of audiobooks in English. Perfect. Then you can to have better paid job. You can live in English speaking countries. You can move around the world thanks to English, because it's a universal language number one. You can connect with everyone in the world. You can find new love. You can find new friends, and so on. Thanks to learning English, you can completely change your life. You can live how you want. You can be successful. I don't mean in the financial way. I mean in the social way, because learning English is about socialization. It's not about only making money. It's about socialization. Yes, you are learning English for socialization, for opening a lot of doors. And people, I have to tell you something. I listened to one English podcast, one episode of my free favorite English podcast per day, and you can see the result. And I have to tell you something that about my free favorite English podcast, because I have to do it in every Ramble episode now. Why? Because my favorite English podcasts are great for everyone, for every learner of English. It's great. And these podcasters, my favorite English podcasters, like their job, like their podcast. It's their hobby. It's their hobby like my podcast. But I'm not so great. But it's not about it. My podcast is about practicing my speaking skills in English. This is the main goal. And I want to start with All It's English podcast. It's the American English podcast about American English and culture. Culture is about, you can listen to natural American English conversation between two female female Americans, Lindsay, Michelle, and Jessica. Yes, if you want to, you can listen to all this English or another IELTS. If you want to do IELTS, you can do it. And this American English podcast, All This English, is about natural American English, how it's spoken. Yes, people, do it. You can improve your American English a lot. Then, I recommend you listen to my second favorite English podcast is Speak English Podcast Now with Georgiana is an American English teacher from the USA. Her podcast is about American English and culture. And the first one is Luke's English Podcast. Luke's English Podcast is my favorite English podcast. It's about natural British English, how it's spoken, because Luke's English Podcast is about natural British English, how it's spoken. It's about real British English that is spoken in the streets in London, that you can listen in pubs, in the streets, on streets and everywhere. It's not news English. It's about real British English that you can enjoy. And Luke is an American. Yeah, it's not. Luke is my hero. Luke is an English teacher from the UK, from London. He teaches British English, and he's a very funny guy. He is English teacher, stand-up comedian, and podcaster. He's been podcasting for 15 years now, and Luke created at least now 983 episodes, and you can use his LEP Premium that is about real Luke's teaching of British English. And Luke's English and every episode has at least 1 hour, but you don't need to listen in one go. You can use every good or bad podcast app, and you can pause it and you can return back. But it's a very good when you are doing something at home or you want to relax. It's better than watching TV. And Luke is very funny, very positive guy. He likes his job. LEP is his hobby and his job. And he likes to do it for 15 years until now. And Luke's English podcast is very funny. It's very good. And you can listen natural British English, how it's spoken in pubs, in everywhere. It's not news and British English. It's not news British English. It's real British English, how it's spoken. It's very Luke's English podcast is about storytelling episode. That means Luke reads interesting stories in English and then explains grammar. The next kind of episodes are Luke's famous rambles that you can enjoy, and then the interview with his guests and with his family and his friends Ramble and Paul. Simply, people, I have to tell you that thanks to LEP, thanks to Luke's English podcast, all his English podcast and Speak English podcast now, I really improved my English. I improved my listening, and you have to do it regularly every day. But you can choose the time, how long you can do it per day. But people do it. Listen whole episode of LEP or Speak English podcast now with Georgiana or it's English. You don't need to listen one episode per day if you don't have time. You can simply choose the time when you have free time. But you have to finish every episode of LEP or others. And I simply recommend to do it. If you want to speak English, you have to listen a lot of natural English, how it's spoken. Without it, you cannot understand English, and you cannot speak English too. You have to speak and you have to practice your speaking skills in English, and you have to practice your reading. That means you have to read a lot. I don't do reading a lot, but I want to. But you can use English audiobooks, and you can listen and read in the same time, and that's great. Simply recommend to do it. And create your own English podcast. Why? You can practice your speaking skills like me. Perfect. And you can practice you have to practice your pronunciation thanks to pronunciation. You can practice thanks to your favorite English podcast, and you can hire your own English teacher. Yes, hire your own English teacher. I have my own English teacher. Hi, my English teacher. Thank you for your help. You're the best English teacher in the world. Hi. And you can hire your own English teacher because you want to practice your speaking skills with the real human. Yes, because AI chatbots are our creative partners. They were not created for replacing humans. Don't worry. And now, yes, use the help of AI chatbots. AI chatbots are very useful tools for learning English. You can use it for practicing your English. AI can be very good English teacher. It can repair your grammar errors. You can speak with it about every kind of nonsense, and you can call with it like with the real human. And don't worry about these things. Don't believe any kind of conspiracy theories that are talking about nonsense. AI chatbots were created as our creative partners. They were not created for replacing humans. Don't use it. Uh, don't replace AI chatbots with the instead of humans, because AI were created for helping people as a tool. It cannot improve itself without humans. And believe me, companies who have created AI chatbots doesn't want to create self-aware, dangerous AI that cannot be controlled. Don't worry, this is science fiction until now. And yes, now AI chatbots can create audio podcasts, but as I said before, AI chatbots were not created for replacing real English teachers or their real English podcasts. No, they were created for as a tool for helping people. People, you want to connect with real people. And the best idea how to practice your listening skills is listening the podcast of the real people. And companies don't want to replace English teachers or real English podcasters. Thanks for their AI chatbots. Don't worry. No, AI chatbots were created as tools for learning English. And believe me that no one wants to replace humans with AI as the next evolution part. Don't worry, it's nonsense. This is everything science fiction. Don't believe these thoughts that are talking about AI as a dangerous, self-aware being that can think about itself, that can decide whatever it wants, and they can do whatever it wants. No, it doesn't. Now it's not possible, and no one wants to do it. And and don't think that someone wants to use it that the governments want to use it AI for defending their countries. Do you believe that someone wants to create dangerous AI that you cannot control? Think about it. And the second thing is, it was created as a tool for learning, for helping people as a creative partner. It's not our enemy. Stop think about it as a dangerous tool. And what else? Don't yes, someone can tell Peter, but I have to, but I can use my personal information. People, you use internet and other. Do you think that other internet companies doesn't use your information that you are always right? Don't believe it. Yes, of course they use it. And okay, you can choose what you want to share with AI chatbots, but you always write every kind of nonsense into Google. Do you think that you okay, people? If you don't want to use your personal information with AI chatbots, okay, but don't do it on internet. Stop the internet, delete it, don't pay for it, and don't use it, because everything that you write on internet, it stays on internet. Believe me, it is so. Whew, okay, I've been streaming for 44 minutes. Perfect. Yes, my rambles are very serious, but it's the best platform. It's my Peter's English podcast and my platform that is called Peter Sunday Ramble. It's a perfect tool how to tell you my opinions about everything. And okay, yes, people, I want to tell you something again about me. You cannot stop me learning English. You cannot command me what should I do in my life, because my life is my life. I'm I like to live. Uh, I want to live my private life without anyone who doesn't want to support my learning English and don't care about my learning English in general. If you don't like it, you don't need to watch it. Don't write nonsense about me. Uh, don't contact me if you want to be stupid, and don't tell me what should I do with my life. No one can stop English. You cannot stop me learning English. It's my hobby, and no one can stop me learning English because it's my hobby. If you want to be my friend, or if you want to be my girlfriend, I mean girls in general, I mean only in general. If you simply want to contact me, you have to learn English like me. And because I don't want to contact with someone who doesn't care about learning English. No, I want to waste my time with someone who doesn't care about learning English. Because for me, learning English is my lifestyle, and you cannot stop me do learning English because it's my hobby. And if you want to contact me, if you have to support me, not you cannot stop me because it's my thing. I like to do it, and you cannot stop if you do whatever you want. Okay, I'm streaming for 46 minutes. I was talking about a lot of things now, how to listen to it, how to practice everything. What else? Okay, the next week is the week A. I work in the afternoon, but I want to practice my listening skills. And the most funniest situation is that I use my Fair English podcast as lullabies. Yes, why? Because I'm so tired that I always sleep. But I sleep because I'm tired. That's the main thing. But I improve my English. Yes, because I listen to it every day. I do passive or active listening. It doesn't matter. The main thing is that I practicing my listening skills every day, and that is very important for you too. Okay. Uh, what, Peter? Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep continue. Keep continue. And okay. What else I wanted to tell you? I don't know if I forgot something. I can tell you during the next weekend. And hey, yes, of course. I want to tell you that I discovered that if I want to practice my speaking skills in English, I cannot have full stomach. I have to be prepared for this, and I want to change it to. I mean, I don't want to eat a lot of food before live streaming. It's not possible. It's normal for humans. Don't worry. And what else? Yes, the next. Yes, I told you that the next week I want to listen my favorite English podcast, and then the next weekend, the next Saturday, I want to do chapter 3 of season. Uh, chapter 3 of season 3 of my novel, We Are the Vampire Diary, and next Saturday it's my next Peter Sunday Ramble, and what? Yes, the Easter are coming. You don't believe me, but Easter are coming. But I want to continue with learning English. That means uh, on Friday, 3rd of April 2026 is my next publishing day. Then the Saturday uh, uh, of the White Saturday, I want to create my new fairy tale of season 3, and then I want to on Easter Saturday, I want to do my Easter special Ramble episode. And okay, what else? I told you about AI and my opinion about it. I told you about my opinion about myself, about my learning English. I told you about Vera the Vampire Diary. Peter, don't simply stop. Talk about every kind of nonsense. And okay. Yes, I can tell you my opinions about YouTube. I mean, my thoughts about my channel, and that um, that I don't have a lot of views. I don't have a lot of followers, and I don't have a lot of followers on my podcast apps. Uh, in every podcast app, yes, I don't have a lot, but the numbers of my audio podcast is increasing. The numbers are increasing, but YouTube is not. My YouTube channel is not, and it's not so easy. Yes, it's not so easy because YouTube channel is not very easy for creators. It's normal. There are a lot of videos, and okay. Oh, I'll be streaming for 51 minutes. Yes, if you want to, yes, I have to tell you, if you want to start, if you want to start your own English podcast for practicing your English, the best free hosting is Spotify for creators. Why? Because you can create a lot of because you can use their free audio and video podcast hosting service. You can that is connected directly to Spotify. That's great. Yes, there are others, but Spotify is the biggest one. But you can use another options for audio podcast. And what else? Yes, yeah, I forgot. I can tell you my story in the end. I have 9 minutes for it. I want to tell my story. The first I started with learning only English grammar. You don't believe me, but I like it. I liked to learn English grammar. Because I started with the Slovak English grammar book. I thought that after the finishing I can speak English, but it's not true. And you, yes, of course. Peter, simply continue with your story. I want to tell you that I finished a lot of Slovak English grammar books, uh, and I wanted to continue with learning English grammar, but I discovered jazykový mentoring.sk and online.cz. There are English learning platforms, and you can use their free videos for learning English, or you can use their paid service for learning English. There are great platforms. They open my eyes. The leader of jazykový mentoring is Slovak polyglot Litka. She speaks 9 languages. She's a polyglot, and she knows how to learn English. She's very good leader of jazykový mentoring. And Eliška Krasna, she's an English teacher from Czechia. You can use her Instagram viuka.cz, and you can use her free videos how to learn English. Jazykový mentoring.sk and Viuka online. Jazykový mentoring.sk and Viuka.cz opened my eyes. People use the free videos of jazykový mentoring.sk and Viuka online.cz. I mean Slovaks and Czechs, because you can learn a lot how to learn English. You can support them with your follow and with the likes, and you can, because I know how to learn English. I was inspired thanks to jazykový mentoring.sk and Viuka online, and I have to tell you that I started my Peter's English podcast thanks to Luke's recommendation from Luke from Luke's English podcast that tell people, if you want to learn English, you can start your own English podcast. I think it's the best idea. Why? Because you can create something that is wait a minute, Peter, don't destroy everything. You can simply And yes, you have to think in English. Don't forget to think in English. You have to always think in English. This is the best way how to practice your English. You have to write your own stories in English. You can practice. You can create your own diary. You can create your own stories in English because you have to practice your writing skills too. And the best idea is start your own novel like me. But I use the help of AI chatbots. I write in Slovak language, and AI chatbots are translators. But I can improve my English thanks to real English created from my Slovak version. It's a good idea how to use and learn edit, and you can use the help of AI chatbot, and it can explain you vocabulary of this real version. I have to start to do it. Yes, of course, you can see the real English. You can improve this kind of English. Don't forget to think in English. You have to think in English. And I've been learning English since August 2023, and this was the biggest change of my learning English lifestyle, because after starting learning English with watching movies and series in English, with listening to my favorite English podcasts, and starting my Peter's English podcast and writing my own English novel, Vira the Vampire Diary, I changed everything. I changed my life. I improved my English. And yes, learning English is your lifestyle, and you want to do it forever, your whole life. It cannot be something like mathematics or other topics. You have to do it for your whole life because you like to do it. Yes, you cannot learn English without enjoying the process. You have to enjoy the process, and believe me, my way is the best way, because you have to enjoy the process. And thanks to watching movies and series in English, thanks to listening to your English podcast, you can change, you can improve your English, and you can have fun with it. Because my favorite English podcasts are funny, educational. You can laugh a lot from it, and you can enjoy it. And okay, it's the end of the episode. I'll be streaming for 57 minutes. Perfect. Last 3 minutes. And I want to tell you in the end, I started learning English with learning English grammar, and I registered and I started to use Duolingo. I use it a lot of time, Duolingo, and I want to tell you, don't use Duolingo. It's only a game. It cannot teach you real English. It cannot teach you speaking skills. It cannot teach you anything. It's only a game. You have to practice your listening skills. You have to practice your speaking skills. You have to practice your vocabulary. And I discovered that Duolingo is only about American English. It cannot teach you British English. It cannot teach you another kind of English that is in the world. Believe me, Duolingo didn't teach me English. It was only a game. Don't use it. Believe me, it's a very bad idea to learn Duolingo. Instead of using Duolingo, listen to Luke's English podcast, Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, and all is English, and start to speak in English without Duolingo. Okay, people, that's the end of the episode. I want to learn. I want to read you my slogan, because this is the official slogan of Peter's English podcast, as you know. And I'm going to read you as usual, because it's the type of my comedy routine. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented, because learning English is for everyone, and it's true. Okay, people, this is the last 40 seconds of this live stream. I want to stream and record this Peter Sunday Ramble for 1 hour, and I did it again. I'm so proud of myself. But everything is about practicing. As my hero, Luke's English Luke Thompson from Luke's English Podcast always says you have to do 5P. Practice, 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 and practice. You have to practice everything. You have to practice your listening skills. You have to practice your speaking skills. You have to practice your reading skills. And you have to practice your writing skills. And Duolingo cannot help you with this. And don't worry. Start practice your speaking skills. Don't wait until you improve yourself in English. And don't worry if you do a lot of grammar mistakes. Don't worry if you repeat your grammar mistakes. It's normal. It's the part of the English process, of the English learning process. Enjoy doing a lot of grammar errors. Enjoy doing a lot of repeated grammar errors and practice. And doesn't care what other people think about you. Don't think about it. Simply learn English and enjoy the whole process, because learning English has to be funny for you. It has to be your hobby, and it can be your hobby. Okay, people, that's it. Thank you, people, for your watching. Thank you, people, for your following. Follow me everywhere. Write positive comments if you want, and watch my content, because it's my hobby. I'm doing this podcast because it's my hobby, and I'm doing this podcast because I want to inspire you for learning English, because learning English is for everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I want to tell you, bye-bye!